Even if you feel happy like outside, but then whenever you're alone, like that's oh my gosh.
Korea ranks lowest in life satisfaction among OECD countries. So why do so many foreigners choose to live here? Do they get depressed after moving here?
I choose to live here. We're still here despite that. So I guess we love Korea. I mean, you know?
We do. I mean, yeah.
If she really didn't want to be here, she would have already left. So.
Exactly.
Hello. Drop my pen.
Hi, I'm Janine and I'm from the Philippines and I've been living in Korea for 8 years now. I'm currently a PhD student in Yonsei. My MBTI is ENFP.
Hello everyone, this is Yasmin Aladdin. I'm from Egypt. I've been living here in Korea for 10 years and I have a lot to say today.
Oh.
I'm supposed to be ISFJ, but it keeps changing.
It doesn't make sense.
Fake I. It's a fake I.
Hello everyone, my name is Terris Brown. I'm from the USA. I think I've been in Korea for 13
Oh wow.
years. It's been a long time, but yeah, I'm working as an actor and I love it. Also, my MBTI is ESFP.
Okay, hi guys, my name is Anna. I'm the only Korean in the group, but I studied in the UK for a long time, but my family was always here, so I was always going back and forth. Now I'm like content creator, like beauty, this kind of stuff. My MBTI is ENTJ, so I'm the only T today.
We need a tea with us today.
One by one, sentences about life in Korea appear on screen. Each guest writes a hashtag that fits, reveals their answer, and shares the story behind it. After 5 minutes, they must agree on one final hashtag to complete the sentence. In the end, all the hashtags come together to form one final sentence.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
Korea is a country.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Land of growth.
The land of safety. Agreed.
Okay, I wrote like the land of growth because the first time I arrived in Korea, it was the exact day of my 18th birthday. So it's where I became an adult. Right. So like looking now, I grew so much. I lived alone and like in a country where there's like entirely different culture, you know? So like there's a lot of opportunities and also like self-growth for me.
Hearing these stories, it makes me...
Are you gonna cry?
As a T, I'm like shocked at you guys.
She's like, you grow everywhere. What's the issue?
I had that thing before I came to Korea. Like I was living in my own bubble. Even in Egypt, I'm the maknae, and my dad is like, no, I'm gonna drive you there. What do you wanna do? I'm gonna get you this.
He was just trying to protect you.
Yeah, of course, I get it, but the first time I came here, it's so safe. As a girl, like to go outside, stay like late, like going back home by yourself, walking, that's something that I cannot imagine to do in Egypt.
I mean, also me, especially as like an American, living in Korea feels so safe.
You said you're from New York?
Yeah.
So.
Whereas I feel like in general, Korea is just like, even if you don't know, you're still just generally
Like
safe.
you know you're safe.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Whereas in New York, it's like, I feel like New Yorkers know like, I shouldn't go that way. Whereas a foreigner may not know. But in Korea, I feel like just, in general, I feel like it's just safe.
I put, oh no, have you done this?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, I think this is sort of like the land of growth, a little bit of hers as well. But for me, I also came, I think when I was 19. Life here.
Little
And it was
Terris.
like, I'm living away from my parents and I've been here trying to make my life by myself. So it just feels more like home to me. So even when I go back, sometimes I'm just like, I want to go back home. It's a weird feeling, but it is definitely like a hometown to me.
I just put small homogeneous country. I feel like a lot of people forget when they come to Korea for the first time, especially if you lived in the West. I lived in London and it's like New York, it's like very multicultural melting pot. True. And there's not that many countries in the world where it's just like mainly like that one ethnic group. And then obviously now we have more foreigners living in Korea as well, but still on the whole it's just like mainly like one ethnic Korean country. And I feel like some people get like a very like cultural shock when they come here. But especially if you guys came like 10 years ago, you notice there's a lot more foreigners now.
Yeah. When you go on the subway, they're all like,
You know how like the train has like the carts? Like there would always be like a kid in the other cart looking at me behind the mirror. And I'm just like,
Seriously.
holding it like.
You guys don't really get that now these
In
days.
Seoul, I would say it's everybody's just like, oh,
Yeah.
foreigner, whatever.
Or like when you speak in Korean, before they're all like, oh my god, a 외국인 who's like good in Korean, but then now like
Oh my
it's
God.
kind of normal.
All you could say was just like, 안녕하세요. Whoa, mom! Now they don't care.
Koreans feel depressed because of.
It got serious real fast.
Can we write like 2 hashtags?
Can we write like an essay?
I wrote 2 as well.
So kind of money.
Yeah.
That's real. I mean, any sort of capitalist country is going to be somewhat similar, but especially I feel like, we have like strict Asian parents.
Right.
They're like, you have to become successful, make something of yourself. We all want to like make good money, do well in life.
Right.
High expectations from your family, but also just for yourself. You have very high expectations.
I feel like Korean people, they have that urge like to feel approved by other people. Even if you don't need a car, you don't need a house, but you just feel
Everybody
the urge.
has one, so I should get one.
But is it not like, how is it in New York? Like, doesn't everyone have the pressure to be like, oh, I'm doing really well, I'm making loads of money?
I think it affects everybody in some way, but I think New Yorkers just in general, not always, tend to be more like, I don't care what you think. I'm me, I can do whatever I want, whereas Korea is more like collectivist. I think that pressure is just like extra intense. If I'm not doing as well as my friend, then it's like, I'm a failure. And I think that like eats people up.
That's the thing. That's
uniform.
When I said earlier, like small homogenous country,
Right.
because we're all like same, like in terms of like race and ethnicity, the way we can kind of differentiate ourselves from like the rest of society is like, because I have a better car than you.
Right.
Whereas if it's New York, it's like me and you were completely different race, culture, so it's like we don't really care.
I feel like they want to portray a certain image for society. It feels like you become more depressed because like you feel fake in a way. Yeah. Even if you feel happy like outside, but then whenever you're alone, like that's oh my gosh.
Are you crying because you're fake?
Oh my god.
Maybe.
I keep seeing her face and she's like, I'm like, wow, these F guys.
Koreans consider themselves happy because of. They're not happy.
Maybe they're not.
Yep.
Almost the same.
Oh yeah, same. There's just so much you can do in Korea like so easily. But you can order something like before 12 and get it on the same day. Almost anything you can think of, you can order pretty quickly in Korea. Like you want to order a new couch, they'll come, set it up. I feel like life in Korea is just so convenient.
Yeah, that's what I basically said as well. Like once you live here and then you try living somewhere else, you can't.
You just cannot take it.
There are like apps and like options for everything. Like if you have your toilets blocked, somebody comes to unblock like in like 20 minutes. And I lived in London and infrastructure is so slow. It takes forever them to do anything, like sort out anything. Yeah.
The US, pick up your game, please, because it is.
And for me, safety, because London is dodgy too, like horrendously.
Horrendous.
Yeah, like I've had some scary situations. So in Korea, I don't feel that way. Yeah.
I'm sure that's something that a lot of Korean people feel happy about. Like especially, once they go abroad and travel, I'm sure they get a sense of like, oh, if I was in Korea, I could do this at this time. And
But that's why Koreans get so much reverse culture shock if they go to like European countries.
Right.
Then it's always the Koreans who get targeted because they're so lax with their personal, they're not used to having to be so alert.
Right.
Like I had my phone stolen 3 times in London.
Oh my gosh.
And then once Korean people go to like Paris or Italy, they're like, oh my God, like people will actually just take your stuff like immediately.
we'll take it. Any of our friends going to travel abroad, any Korean viewers, please keep your belongings very close.
How do you think about medical system here?
Woohoo.
We love her.
Seriously. In Egypt, like if you're having like you maybe flu and you're 40 degrees, like you have a fever and stuff, we don't think about going to the hospital. But since I came here to Korea, even as a foreigner, you still get to have like health insurance. It's super comfy. Like even if I feel like, I just go.
And it's so cheap.
Yeah.
I think even on average, we pay more than Koreans do for health insurance, but like I don't care. Like, I feel like this is totally me digging at the US because like universal healthcare should be everywhere. Like when you get sick, you should be able to go to the hospital.
Yeah.
And I think because some of us grew abroad in places that didn't have healthcare, I don't go to the hospital that often, even when I'm sick. Like, it has to be bad.
Yeah.
I'm still getting more comfortable with it, but like just having the option is so comforting.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have it the worst. I'm sorry, the US.
Yeah,
you
the
guys have it the
US?
worst.
Get it together.
In Korea, it's really fast. That's something that shocked me as well. Like you get in fast, and the doctor sees you for like a minute. Oh, okay, I'll give you something medicine, and you're out of the door.
While I haven't necessarily had any bad experiences in Korea because a doctor like looked at me so quick, I would rather be able to see the doctor quickly instead of waiting in pain for who knows how long.
In the UK, because it's like we have the National Health Service, it's like free, but because it's a free system, it's terrible. If you want to try and get an appointment, you have to wait like 3 weeks. And
Die while waiting.
What's the US's excuse there? Because I feel like you still have to wait all that time and still pay all that money.
Yeah.
Get it together. UK, get some office workers in there so you can. Right.
Is that also the reason why Koreans have good skin?
Oh, yes.
I feel like it's not only about the skin. They live longer than us.
But I'm so shocked when I see like really, really old people, but still walking. I mean,
They look so healthy.
no, I mean, I'm like, wow.
You should be dead, is what you're saying.
I'm sorry.
I don't know about the age living long thing, I really don't know, but I think because we have so many skincare clinics, in London, there's not even that many, but I would have to literally pay a fortune, like to get Botox, to get treatments, but in Korea, because there's so much competition and so readily available.
They make it cheaper.
Come here, you can look young for a lot longer. One way my perception of Korea has changed is...
Okay.
36.
And
Oh, almost similar.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, basically.
They take too much in tax.
money.
Oh my god, can you see the difference? Like FFFT.
I love it, I love it.
God. Okay, let's start with the T first. Yeah.
Okay, I mean, this is also me comparing my experience in London, because also London, they take a lot in like income tax or whatever, but in Korea, the inheritance tax especially, I think it's like the second highest in the world. Wow. So all the money that my parents have like, paid already taxes on and saved over the years, if they want to pass it down to the children, we have to pay like 50% tax on that money.
Wow.
And now the government has now made a new law. They're going to say, okay, now we realize this is really outdated, and so now we're going to change it, but in like 2028. Everyone has been complaining about this because it's actually ridiculous.
I'm sure there's some like loopholes, like the super rich know and they're using to like not pay. Change it.
All the super rich are leaving Korea, actually.
Change these things. She wants her parents' inheritance.
Yeah.
Without the tax.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we have no inheritance to claim here. But I get that.
What did you put?
I put not everyone is your friend. I think the English concept of friend is just different from what it is in Korea. Like, I can be friends with somebody slightly older or slightly younger than me and like consider them a friend. Especially when I first started speaking Korean, like if I'm with who I consider a friend, I can just say like, oh, this is my friend. And they're like, oh, but you're not the same age. And I'm like, yeah, but like they're my friend. I feel like the meaning is just slightly different.
Yeah, because in Korea, the age hierarchy thing is built into the language.
Yeah.
So like 존댓말, 반대말 is like you have to treat people slightly differently.
I feel also it includes saying that it's really hard to make friends here.
Also that.
Yeah.
After around the 4th or like 5th year of living here, I feel like I've felt that like sudden reality check, like the glasses are off. You kind of see the deep-rooted like societal issues that Korea has, where like every country has as well. Not perfect, but since we're here, like we don't hate it. Like, because we're here, I feel like there's so many videos like online, it just gets cut. Sometimes they ask you like, what's the thing you hate in Korea? And you say something, and then that's the clip that they see.
And then the comments are like, how dare you?
So why are you here in Korea? And like all that. I choose to live here. We're still here despite that. So I guess we love Korea. I mean,
We do. Yeah.
I get this question a lot. What do you love and what do you hate about Korea? Like, I don't have a good thing to talk about now, and I don't also have a bad thing to talk about Korea right now. It just feels like home. Like, People would ask you like, what do you love and what do you hate about your parents? Of course you have points that you love and hate, but it doesn't decide how do you think about your parents. You just love them for who they are. Of course, I know the bad and the good about this country, and I still choose to live here.
If she really didn't want to be here, she would have already left. So
Exactly.
It's our home. We can't just give up on her. One thing I want to do to make my life in Korea better is hurry up.
Sorry.
1, 2, 3.
Ta-dan.
Ta-dan.
once again, like I feel like I'm super teared with my answer.
Wow. Hers is very like reality. Ours is more like emotion.
Yeah, exactly. You guys are like mental health, be happy. I'm like,
Okay, you go first. The new car.
This is Wonder Woman right here. She.
no, technically in Korea, especially if you live in Seoul, you don't really need a car. But to be honest, like I'm at that age where I'm like, I cannot afford it for sure. Like, and it's just like I want to travel also without having to depend on other people, and I want to be able to just.
I have thought about getting a car too, but the subway is super comfortable.
So
and
convenient
Such a
too.
hassle.
It's an extra
if you're-
expense.
You go out and then you end up taking a drink, then you have to call like 대리운전. I'm like,
Yeah, so I'm just like,
I think as foreign entertainers, my main job is acting, and unfortunately, you know, there's just not a lot of roles written for foreigners. And if there are, a lot of them are the stereotypical, like,
We talked about
thug number 2, like basketball player number, and you know, do I look like basketball player number 3? So I think it's great if we start participating in the writing of foreign roles. The foreign representation that is in Korean media is more accurate and not always so like stereotypical. Yeah, I mean, I hope more like foreign writers come to Korea.
Yeah,
and
make your
stuff like
own
that.
shows.
Oh, I'm working on it. Don't worry. So look forward to it one day.
That's so true. I feel like to keep up with the lifestyle here in Korea, mind control and having that
Strong mental.
healthy mental, it's so important because living here, like struggling with a lot of stuff at the same time, like trying to survive. And I feel sometimes like you get stuck in some point. Not everything is always good. You don't get what you want to hear all the time. You just have to be mentally strong.
Mind control, if you think more like a tea person, your life is going to be a lot easier.
She said, I got the answer.
I know, but you know what? Living as a tea stresses me out more. So that's why.
I can suggest you some like stoicism books that really helped me. Like, no, seriously.
Everything she's saying is so beneficial. It's just so like funny the way it comes out.
And I'll send you some links to some like genuinely life-changing books. Yeah, seriously.
I think because we're Fs, we're very emotional. So like sometimes it gets to you because it's hard to process all the emotions. So now like I feel like a tip, if you want to live in Korea, like of course there are like the dark sides, but it just comes down to like, are you able to manage that? You know, so like in order to do that, you have to strengthen your mental health. Like one thing that helped me was going through therapy.
Yeah.
A lot of people were shocked with that because I'm a generally very lively person. But you know,
Did it actually help?
yes,
Because I tried and I was like, this is a waste of time for me.
you have to find a good therapist. I tried therapy I found a good one, and like it took me like a whole year.
I just gave really practical tips. I'm like, you have to sleep well, do some physical exercise, get some sunshine, and I just channel all my exercise time to be like, I'm just gonna work my ass off. I'm just gonna make some extra content. I just wanna make more money.
She said, I'm not stressed as long as the bank is full.
If you genuinely have so much time like focusing on something, you don't have like much time to be like worrying about.
She's avoidant, is what I'm
Yeah, I am avoidant.
But at least that works for you.
Exactly. That's what I mean. You just have to find what works more for you.
If you're coming to Korea, just be ready to adapt, learn the language for sure, because that makes life a whole lot easier.
True.
And just be prepared for like ups and downs. If you can make it through that,
Congratulations.
congratulations.
I'm gonna give practical advice.
My advice is practical.
No, that's very good advice. I'm gonna say save your money, obviously, because for renting, you're gonna have to have a lot of money saved up, but also you need to be good with your finances because you can't just be like partying every weekend,
Ow.
wasting it all away. You don't know what could happen. You need to have always an emergency backup fund. So be good with your
We
finances.
all need a friend like this.
Yes.
Let me change my advice. If you don't have a tea friend like her,
Don't go out every weekend and just
she will
waste
keep
it all.
your finances in check.
Yeah.
I want you guys to acknowledge how strong you are. Well, so going to a different country and like living here, you know, that's a really, really big step. And also like maybe give yourself a break. Like learn to take a rest despite the pali-pali culture. Like you deserve it. Yeah.
Okay. Me, I would go with just try to find the balance, not to lose yourself. I don't mean like about losing yourself while partying and stuff. I mean, don't lose your identity and don't compare yourself with other people. Just try to find yourself and yeah,
Yeah, this is our final sentence. Korea is a land of growth where people feel depressed because of societal pressure, but also find happiness through the convenience.
Before coming to Korea, I looked forward to Hallyu the most, but now I've had a reality check.
To make my life here better, I want to find balance, strengthen mental health, and create more opportunities.
So can foreigners find happiness in Korea? Our final answer is
Yes. But it depends on you.
Yes, it depends on you.
So I guess that was it for today, and like stay tuned because we have a lot of other episodes as well on How to Korea. So don't forget to subscribe to the channel and
Share.
and subscribe.
again
And save your money.
and turn on the notification button. Yeah. So see you in another episode on How to Korea.
Bye-bye. Leave us a lot of questions in the comments.
No hate, please.